Here's the Hurricane Watch Team Tropical Weather Outlook for Saturday, June 6, 2025. For the East Pacific Ocean and the Western Pacific Ocean. We're going to be focusing now on Invest 92E right here. Which is just off the coast of Mexico. We do a 2-day tropical weather outlook here. Take a closer look. A broad area of low pressure located south of southern Mexico is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. This system is expected to drift west to northwestward in a more favorable environment with warm sea surface temperatures and decreasing wind shear over the weekend. NOAA circulation models and historical season data indicate a medium to a high chance of tropical development over the next 2 to 7 days. Organization is expected to improve gradually. Further monitoring is advised. Here's the latest satellite imagery of the system. As you can see, we are starting to get a little bit more of that rotation beginning to occur. A lot more convection near the center of circulation. There it is. You can see deep convection there. We're starting to get some outer rain bands starting to develop. Here we are, 92E. There it is. Much better development, much more organization we're starting to see with the system. Taking a look at the forecast models for 92E. Again, here it is. Here's that system. It does organize relatively quickly. I would say about 975 is agreeably how as strong as the storm's going to get. We could actually, there's a much greater chance that this actually could become a hurricane there in the East Pacific. And then it'll begin moving into a more unfavorable environment, and it'll begin weakening. In terms of maximum sustained winds, what we could see, here it is, about 28 knots. We do expect it could become a tropical storm later tonight. Is possible, or a tropical depression, so we may have to do another tropical weather update. We might have to do a live stream a later day if this does get upgraded at 4 p.m. Central Time. So as you can see, they do show this intensifying close there at about 98, about 100 knots, 972 millibars, 100, pretty strong Category 2 system there, 105, 110 miles an hour. Some of these are just sort of have been kind of all over the place. Some of them showing way stronger, some of them showing significantly weaker. But really, it's not going to really matter how strong it is because it's not going to be impacting land. What's really going to matter is direction it's going to go. How close is it going to be towards the coast? This is the AIFS model. A little bit more accurate with this model in terms of where it's going to be exactly. I had to say it is pretty terrible when it comes to intensification and how the intensity of the storm. So it certainly does show there will be a storm coasting right there along the coastline off the coast of Mexico. So again, we could see, we'll have to continue watching it. Again, a tropical depression or tropical storm will likely form later today or tonight. So that's what I mean by we may have to do, we may have a live stream at 4 p.m. or possibly 10 p.m. Is it likely at Central Time of when they will upgrade this to a depression or a storm? Again, 90% chance of the next 48 hours, 90% chance of the next 7 days. Going on to the Invest 91E. Here it is at 70% chance, located southwest of Central America. This disturbance is producing scattered convection with limited signs of organization. Environmental conditions, including warm water and light wind shear, may support slow development in the coming days. Tropical medium, low to medium, 20 to 50% chance. Regardless of development, heavy rainfall could impact portions of southern Mexico and Central America. We do need to watch out for that. Again, we do want to look at this latest satellite imagery for the system as well. Again, Invest 91E. Again, not very well organized, some deep convection, but no actual organization of core thunderstorms starting to rotate like we are seeing with 92E. Again, forecast models with this system for 91E. Again, not very well organized with this system at all. We do see some more organization later on. We really start to see a lot more of that organization starting to occur in about 2 days. 36 to 48 hours is when I expect the organization to really ramp up. But that won't last very long as it moves into cooler waters and it begins to fall apart. I would say it's not going to last long. Organizes, boom, we start to get some convection and some rotation, and 50, 60 hours out, it just completely begins to fall apart. Again, good news about this system is there will be no impacts to land. Moving on to Invest 92W. Again, positioned west of the Mariana Islands at around 20.6 degrees north, 139.5 degrees east. This invest features persistent convection around low-level circulation center. The upper levels environment is currently favorable with low wind shear, between 5 and 10 knots, and strong outflow aloft. Global and the Joint Typhoon Warning Center model guidance suggests gradual intensification with a northwestward track influenced by adjacent subtropical ridges. Though development is currently slow, conditions support continued monitoring over the next 48 hours. So I do want to take a look at the models with this system. Invest 92W. So again, just thunderstorms is what we're seeing right now, but it could take a little bit before the storm really begins to organize. And once that does happen, once it does begin organizing, it will be approaching the coast of China. So by that time, we could see 978 millibars as possible. How strong could these winds possibly be? If we look at the surface, really off the coast there, we're looking 50 knots, so 60 to 65 miles an hour. And then that quickly falls apart as it makes its way into China. We may actually see this intensify to a hurricane. There it is, about 70 knots there. Looking between 75 and 80 miles an hour. Moving on to our last storm, Invest 93W. It looks absolutely terrible. There is nothing pretty much with this system. Approximately 830 kilometers west-northwest of Yap at 13.1 degrees north, 131.4 degrees east. This disturbance is embedded within a monsoon trough, broad cyclonic turning, multiple low-level vortices, and a developing mid-level circulation are evident. However, the system is located in an environment with favorable outflow and low to moderate shear. Models indicate potential for consolidation and tropical cyclone formation over the next 2 to 3 days. Near-term development chances remain low, however conditions may improve by early next week, so we'll have to continue to watch this system. So, with summary, here's what we're looking at. Most likely to develop soon are going to be, we may see Invest 92W, but I think highest chances of development really are going to be that one in Invest 92E, as we have seen it in satellite imagery. It looks pretty good here. There is the latest satellite imagery for Invest 92E. This time, none of the systems pose an immediate threat to populated land areas. However, as we head deeper into what appears to be an active Pacific season, continued monitoring and timely updates will most definitely be essential. So, there's one other thing I do want to talk about for the North Atlantic. Talking about forecast models, we have been talking about this system, this forecast model that we've been using, AIFS model. If we take a look at the North Atlantic, we have been looking about the last day or so that we have seen some trending towards some sort of a system. We go all the way here. There it is, right there. I've been pretty consistent with some sort of a system developing. I think I just do Western Atlantic, right? That's best, right? There's that system. It is pushed very far to the west in the western Gulf of Mexico, right there off the east coast of Mexico, because of that high pressure pushing it there into land. So we could be seeing something trying to develop there, but again, that's going into the 22nd of June, 2025. So we still got about 2 weeks until that happens. Again, this is going to be for today, guys. Based on what we're seeing with with this system here, very, very likely with this system, we are going to be dealing with the potential of this being upgraded to a tropical depression or tropical storm later this afternoon or later tonight. Again, if that were to happen, folks, we will do a live tropical weather update if that happens. That would be at 4 p.m. Central Time or 10 p.m. Central Time. As always, thank you so much for watching. That has been for today, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Aria with the Hurricane Watch team. As always, stay safe, keep watching those tropics, and peace out.